All right, my little taxpayers, we are going to start filling out your first 1040 Easy form. Okay, if you notice in front of you, you have your W-2 form. We got that by simply seeing that, yes, this is our W-2 form. And basically, this is you as a high school employee, the amount of money that you would go ahead and make. Okay, with the W-2 form, you are going to need the information that is in front of you in order to go ahead and fill out the 1040 Easy form. So the very first thing that I want to go ahead and start doing is filling out the top section where it says your first name and last name, address, and so forth. We are going to go ahead and get that information, again, simply from your W-2 form. We are filling out for Joseph K. Red, and you will see 615 Poplar Drive, Hometown, Illinois is his current address. So we go back to our 1040 Easy form, and we start filling out Joseph K. Last name is Red. His current address is 615 Poplar Drive. And the hometown is the city. State is Illinois. And the address is, or the zip code is 45201. Okay? Now the next thing that we need to take a look at is what is his social security number. His social security number, super easy, nothing original, creativity at its finest right there. You're going to go ahead and enter that 9-digit number right up top right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay? Now, the next box right here is your presidential election campaign. If you want to go ahead and enter $3, donate to the campaign, you can go ahead and do so. We're going to leave that blank, okay? Next thing that we're going to take a look at is line 1. This is actually getting into the process of filling out your 1040 Easy. Line 1 says your wages and salaries and tips. This is shown in box 1 of your W-2 form. So again, this is our W-2 form. Let's take a look at box 1. That $15,250 is going to go ahead and be added onto line 1. Okay, any notes that I make for problem 1, you are going to want to go ahead and add on to problem 1 at home because you will be allowed to use problem 1 on the test. So it's kind of like a little cheat sheet for you. Okay, line 2 is talking about taxable interest, meaning money from the bank. Okay, have you earned any interest on your 1099 interest form? Where's our 1099 interest form, you ask? Well, scroll on down and take a look at the bottom portion of your W-2 form. 1099 interest form, okay? Notice it's pretty simple for you to go ahead and see the number that needs to be added onto line 2 because there is only one number provided on that 1099 interest form. We're going to take that $35 and add it on to line 2 on your 1040 Easy. Unemployment compensation and Alaska permanent fund dividends, this is basically always going to be 0. We are not collecting unemployment. This is our first year filing taxes. So I'm going to go ahead and make the note of always 0. Okay, let's take a look back at line 2, the taxable interest. I'm going to make the note that says 1099 INT form. Okay, you're going to make sure you want to add all of these little key hints that I give to you. Okay, because again, this is going to help you for the test. Line 4, pretty simple. It just says simply add lines 1, 2, and 3 together. When we go ahead and add those 3 lines together, we get a total of $15,285. Okay? Line 5, it says if someone can claim you as a dependent, meaning do you depend on someone else financially? parents or guardians? Are they financially supporting you? You're going to check the applicable boxes. Yes, check you, put an X. You are dependent on your parents, okay? They financially support you, your parents or guardians. The moment that you go ahead and you move out, you're living on your own, that's where you're going to go and worry about the second part. $9,500 if you're single, if you're married filing jointly, $19,000. But let's worry about line 5 for right now, okay? Notice it says you are dependent on someone. So what I need you to go ahead and do is flip to the back side of this form, okay? You will notice that there's a little section where it says worksheet for line 5, okay? So we're going to start working with this section. It says amount, if any, from line 1 on the front. So line 1 stayed $15,250. Let's go ahead and write $15,250. Okay. Now they've given us a $300 addition to go ahead and just automatically add to that. So $15,550 is our total for line A. Line B gives you a standard deduction of $950. That's already done for us, so we don't need to worry about it. Line C, it says enter the larger of line A or line B. Well, clearly line A is significantly larger than line B, so we're just going to carry that $15,550 on down. Line D, it says if you are single, you're going to go ahead and enter $5,800. If you're married and filing jointly, you're going to add $11,600. We are single, so that $5,800 is going to be added on to line D. Line E has you entering the smaller number amount from line C or D. So D is clearly smaller, so that $5,800 is going to be added on to line E. Now, line F is talking about exemptions. It says if you are single, you're going to enter 0. We can stop right there. We are single. Single rider. Okay? Line G, add lines E and F together. High math here, guys. $5,800 plus 0 gives you a whopping $5,800. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and box this number. This is the number that's going to go ahead and appear on line 5. So we just simply carry 5,800 on over. Okay? Now, line 6, this is where you're going to have to possibly use a calculator. Okay? And you're always going to want to make sure you have a calculator now until test time. Sharing is not caring here. Alright? So, line 6 says subtract line 5 from 4. Simply, we are subtracting $15,285 minus $5,800, and we get a total of $9,485. Okay? Next one. It says federal income tax that is withheld from your W-2. What we need to go ahead and do is take a look at our W-2. All right, our W-2. So let's go back to the W-2 form, and we want to take a look at where it says federal income tax. Okay, federal income tax is going to be located in box 2. So that $1,067.50, we're going to carry that on over to line 7. So I'm just going to make a simple note that says box 2. Okay, on your W-2. So that $1,067.50 gets added there. Any earned income credit, okay? We do not qualify for this because if you take a look at the back side again, it has a section for earned income credit. Okay, basically, if you are a dependent, you are not able to go ahead and claim earned income credit. So we're going to go ahead and say that line 8 is always going to be 0. I'm just going to make a little note, always 0. Okay, when we go ahead and we add lines 7 and 8 together, we are going to go ahead and take a look that line 9 will go ahead and give us $1,067.50. Okay, moving on. Now, this is where it might get confusing. Let's take a look at line 10. It says you are going to use the amount on line 6. So line 6, and this is where your yellow sheet is going to come into hand. This is your tax table. Okay, so tax table, yellow sheet, take a look at it. Okay, what you're going to do, again, you're going to use a number from line 6, which is that $9,485, and you're going to find the 9,000 table. Okay, we have the 9,000 table. Okay, notice that it said that it was $9,485. Okay, we have found the 9,400 category. Notice there's two though. 9,400 to 9,450 does not fall within that area. We need to go to the one below, 9,450 to 9,500. Okay, you move to the right and you will see at the very top it talks about if you are single, if you're married, filing jointly, and so forth. Just simply, again, you're looking at the 9,450 to 9,500. The number that you are going to use is that $996. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that $996 on line 10. Okay, again, make a note, tax table. Okay, now this next two lines, this is going to tell us whether we are going to get a refund or if we're going to owe money back. Okay, or if we're going to have to pay the government some money. It says for 11, if line 9 is larger than line 10, stop right there. Look, is line 9 number larger than line 10? $1,067.50 is in fact larger than 996 cents. This is telling us this is the money that we're getting back. So when we go ahead and we just simply subtract the two, you're going to get a refund of $71.50. Okay? That is the money that you will get from the government because you paid too much taxes for whatever reason. Now you have one of two ways of getting this tax return. If you look at Part B, C, and D, you can have them do a direct deposit by filling out all of your bank account information, check is it a checking account or savings account, or you could just go ahead and leave it at $71.50 and they will then definitely go ahead and send you a check back. Line 12 says if line 10 is larger than line 9, this is where you would be owing money. But since we have a number on line 11, nothing is going to appear on line 12. So you can just simply put a dash, put a 0, leave it blank, whatever you want to go ahead and do. Okay, the very, very last thing that you need to do in order to make sure that this is in fact a valid document is you need to sign it. Joseph K. Red. And I'm just going to use the date for today. The occupation, I'm just going to make student. Okay, but please make sure that you do include the signature. Without a signature, it is not a valid documentation. You don't need to include your daytime phone number either. I'm not going to make you guys put that on there. So this is the 1040 EZ form. You need to have problem 1 filled out for tomorrow because I will go ahead and check it. Make sure you include the hints as well, and we will go over it again. I will see you guys all tomorrow.